So the Cubs just won the World Series, something that hasn't happened since 1908. A lot can happen in 108 years though. So what was going on in 1908? In 1908, President Roosevelt, the first one, would have been looking at a very different map of the world outside the 46 states of the US. European colonial empires were still a thing in Africa and Southern Asia. The Philippines were still US territory, and many now defunct nations still existed. The Weimar Republic was 10 years from existence, the Korean Empire was only a few emperors from falling to Japanese colonialism, Arab nationalists had started rebelling against the Ottoman Empire, still nearly a decade before Tea of Orange came along, the Russian Civil War hadn't even started yet, and the Qing dynasty of China was on its last legs, having not even adopted a briefly used anthem, Gongjinal, which they only used for a year. But Patrick Stewart still looked the same as he does today. Cuba still got along somewhat with the US, but most of the rest of the world hated each other. Of course, this was a time when tanks were newfangled, cavalry was still used in battle, and airplanes had just come into existence. And also, nuclear weapons were as futuristic as phasers and photon torpedoes are to us. The NBA, NHL, and NFL didn't even exist at the time, and the MLB had only existed for 5 years. Before that, America's national pastimes included assassinating our own presidents and being mean to women and black people, or at least even more so than today. Humanity was, obviously, over 60 years away from visiting the moon, and 50 from even going to space. But also take into account that the first person ever to reach the South Pole, Roald Amundsen, did so in 1911. So humans hadn't even visited the South Pole. Cars were still newfangled, as this was the end of the horse era, and baseball itself had only existed for a few decades. Last time the Cubs won, flowers also hadn't evolved yet, people watched from the tops of dinosaurs, and they celebrated after a game with Trilobite barbecue, assuming the game wasn't cancelled by asteroids striking the early Earth. Basically what I'm trying to say is that it's been a really long time since the Cubs last won. Hopefully I won't have to make another one of these videos in 21-24. Thank you for watching this video. Don't worry, if you enjoyed it, there will be another one just like this in a week, not 108 years. So if you want to be notified of it, subscribe if you haven't already, and please be sure to also like and share this video. See you in 7 days, not 108 years. 108 years, how'd that happen? Real talk though, you know your team sucked for quite a while when Mother Teresa lived her entire life in the time between you won the World Series.